And we're live. Greetings, friends. Happy Friday. On Fridays, we free roam. Miko Herptile is here and says, hello, Superantonio and Sadie. Mods and everyone. Greetings, Miko. Happy Friday to you. And also, O-Dog is here with every Herptile, reptile emoticon available. And that's for you, Miko. That's for fellow mod Miko Herptile. O-Dog, welcome, friend. I'm glad you're here. Appreciate you. Thank you for being here. You're early. 6 viewers in the chat. Greetings, friends. We made it to the weekend, and if you are American and proud to be an American, where at least we can say we are free for now. At any rate, we get Monday off. What's that about? So you got a 3-day weekend. And I hope you enjoy it and have lots of activities planned. What was I going to say? Oh, I learned something. I learned something right now, just this very minute. Literally 5 minutes before the chat. The chat was counting down. The live stream was counting down while I was figuring this out. I was on the PS4 for you guys. Lenny's tree carving is actually available with both endings. If you don't know what I'm talking about, don't worry about it. I assume that it spawns after the first encounter with Lily May's friend. It would be interesting to go there, like, you know, right at the start of the game, right after Hosea hands you a cup of coffee and see if it's there. And I might do that. I might make a video on that because, you know, it's 4 years later and I'm learning something new. Cloudy says, howdy, y'all. If you don't know what we're talking about or what I'm talking about, which you probably don't, there is a, you know, Lily May, the redheaded young gentleman, Lily May's friend, the redheaded young gentleman who was skipping rocks and complaining about his love life that Arthur and John encounter. He carves a heart, so romantic, with you know, like Lily May plus his name. I forget his name, but it says so on a tree by Flat Neck Station. And I always thought that you could only see this carving if you evaded the law during a quiet time, and so I never got it because I never bothered looking for it because I always like to be in jail and wake up with Lenny, because I think it's funny when Arthur says, "I wanna die." I don't think I can say that in a live stream, but I did anyways. Yeah, it's funnier if you wake up with in jail. At any rate, so the Bad Honor Arthur is going to go look for that carving right now. But then I just, you know, something made me check to see if it was available, you know, in a regular Arthur playthrough, and it is, interestingly enough. And the reason I did is because we needed better footage because it starts to rain when we finally find it. Also, additionally, this carving will be updated post-game by Lily May herself. So right now we're just reading all the trees because I couldn't find an exact location. I put an exact location in the community notes, and we shall probably make a video on it. Because why not? Cloudy says, oh, did I say hi to you, Cloudy, and happy Friday? Cloudy says, I was watching a Star Wars Outlaws, and your stream auto-played, LOL. Oh, I'm glad you have autoplay on, and I appreciate you being here as always, Cloudy. So now I know exactly which tree it is, but this Arthur does not know. Miko says, hey, Cloudy. All I know that it's in this all I know at this point is it's in this general vicinity. Anyways, that was my big news. My big exciting news. I love this game so much. There's just so much here. So much to discover and explore. Cloudy says, howdy, Miko and O-Dog. And it is, it's a dead tree, which, I believe has to be, seems appropriate because their love has died. If it ever was a love, I think it was a mild infatuation on Lily May's part, and it got overblown by Lily May's friend, as these things often do. Girls are fickle, regrettably. See, Arthur's way off right now. It's not that tree. It's not. We should go back. We should turn around. Turn around, Morgan. So, yeah, we're going to look for that, and we have to knock out Phineas T. Ramsbottom, because we will need the Civil War cups in Chapter 6. And what else are we going to do? Go fishing with Jack. That doesn't really make a difference, good honor or bad honor. I think it's interesting because Arthur's voice is as gentle as he can make it. As gentle and as paternal or as comforting as he can make it. Whether, it's whether you're playing good honor or bad honor. It's like he's nice to Jack. You can antagonize Jack, sort of, but it's he'll just complain about his father, complain about John. So yeah, you don't really get any different dialogue with if you're doing a bad honor playthrough with the fishing. Interesting, well, I'll point that out when we get there. One interesting aspect of the gameplay. And then I think, yeah, we've got some other stuff, but I don't remember right now what I'm going to show you. It all kind of blurs together, this game. It's that tree. Go, it's the dead tree. Go, go, go. There, see, but it started raining. Here we go. There we go. And it says March 1898, Lily May, and what's his name? Alfred? I can't really see. Let's take a closer look with photo mode. And the map. Yeah, Alfred. Always in my heart. She was always on my mind. But I think Lily May's the one singing Maybe I Didn't Love You.
Come on, boy. Yep.
It's always hard. You build this up in your mind, and she just, she moves on. I think we've all been there at some point in high school or junior high or,
Sure.
even last
As
week.
much as you.
Oh, no, don't worry about
The
these.
excitement
Actually,
of meeting someone new.
Take a few.
Oh,
And
thank you.
and you can't help it, if you're compatible or or if you're attracted, you just start
nothing like
planning
that
your
at all.
life together
I'm just
in some
interested in the
form,
cards.
or maybe just.
Okay.
Cigarette cards.
Cloudy says, "I never knew that was in the game."
What's the matter with you?
Cloudy,
These things are enormously
see?
valuable.
How long has it been?
Picture
How
card?
long has this
Yes,
game
yes,
been out?
enormously. Sometimes I'll smoke up to 200
Well, we're gonna make a
cigarettes in
video
one
on
day,
it.
just so I can keep opening the packs.
Lily
I'll
May
show
adds an
you the
update
pleasure and the pain
post
I get
game
out of
to
collecting
that
these
carving,
Sure. It sounds.
Thrilling? Yeah.
and we'll
it
talk
is.
about that
Not to mention
as
the
well.
vast amounts of life
But yeah, you
cigarettes I get to smoke.
you can't help it. I mean, you feel optimistic. Your your brain is rushing,
A complete set of any series.
flooded with
is
endorphins,
worth a
and you
fortune.
just start
Yeah, look at
thinking
this.
about fun times,
Over here,
counting your chickens
circus freaks
before
Yes,
they're
yes, yes.
hatched, and then
Meow meows of the desert. So rare.
I never knew.
She moves on, or it's not mutual, or
Well, it
you know,
depends on the
someone
rarity, sir.
taller or richer,
Yeah. But you know, if you ever get
you
a
know,
complete
turns
set,
her
I can,
head.
take it off your hands.
and
Pay me.
A
and you
fair
get
price.
crushed,
Now you
and you're left
right here. Phineas T.
you're left with
Rathbone,
your
at your
expectations,
service.
and
I
that's
gotta
always
run.
hard.
This is my train. Look me up, okay? Think about this deal. Only a complete set. That's where the value lies.
My best friend, who was a bit of he's just very pragmatic about affairs of the heart, and he was always of the his idea, which you do all the time, is just, you know, find someone that night, you know, just go to the last call at the bar and find someone, and don't even worry about, you know, how they look or whatever, and get over someone by getting over someone else. He had a more eloquent way to say it, and you know, and like, I'm super sensitive and poetic, and you know, and romantic, and it's like that never even occurred to me. You know, I was horrified at that idea.
Mr. Arthur.
You know, I'd much rather just listen to The Cure and play guitar, and just wallow in my self-pity and my pain. But he had a point.
Hey, Arthur. Come here a minute.
He's a finance bro. He's got an
Can I
MBA.
ask you
He's
a
got an
favor?
MBA.
Probably not.
And
Very funny.
pretty much all of my
do
trading I
something
learned
with
from
Jack?
him.
He seems kind of down. All this upheaval can't have been easy on the poor kid.
Why? Because I'm your
Interesting.
nursemaid?
Because he
All the
likes
traders
you.
I know
Well,
are
you
either
know his father's
you know,
useless.
douchebag finance bros
Thank you.
or nerdy Asians. And here I am, somewhere in the middle. What's that about? Any rate, the market's closed on Monday, so I can sleep in, I guess. Though I never do sleep in. Where'd the dog go? I think the dog is in her crate. Can't really see her. 8 viewers in the chat. Miko says, get over someone by using someone else. I never understood that. Yeah, Miko. I couldn't do it. I can't do it. But I'm sure it works. But I don't think, you know, I don't think you fall in love.
You do have a fishing pole, don't you?
I sure do. Uncle Jose made me one.
You know, honestly, I don't think you feel love as deeply. He felt love as deeply as I did, or perhaps he just didn't invest as much into it, into early relationships. He was far more pragmatic about it than I am, or I was. Cloudy says, I still talk to my ex. It's been 2 years now. I never. It's like, once it's over, for me, it's over. I don't want to be friends.
Where are we going?
Just down to
You
the
know,
river near here. You shouldn't
regardless
go too
of
far from camp.
who broke off with who, or even if it was mutual. It's like,
Sick.
I'm not interested in
Brave kid.
saving anything from it.
Just like you.
Because if you're friends, I tried it once and I just kept going back to her, you know, and you know, it's like,
Her and a few other women, I guess.
it was, I guess the kids call it a friends with benefits situation, but you know, it's so easy to like
I like
fall
this
into
coat.
old patterns
Yes, but not like
and
that.
catch
When are we going
feelings,
back to the other camp?
as the youth of today say.
Near Blackwater.
Yeah.
And I just didn't want it. And also, the thing is, when you get back together with someone that you've been with already,
I forgot a story back there. We
what
went
I've always said is you get to the good parts
Right.
fast,
Good a spot as any.
like immediately, like, you know, that night. But you get to the bad parts, you get to the reasons why you broke up just as fast. You know, maybe even the same night.
Sure. Come on, follow me.
In my case. But so, you know, it's just not worth it to me now.
Where's your pole, Uncle Arthur?
Lily May.
First, we We need some bait.
Jack's so cute with his little fishing pole that Hosea made.
Cheese.
Cheese?
Miko says, me too. The only reason I was talking to my ex at the time was because of the dog I gave her.
Swing the rod back over your shoulder and bring it forward.
Yeah, I mean, it's different if you have children or, you know, pets together. And dogs are basically children. So yeah, if you share custody or something, that's, you know, that's different. They have to stay in your life. And I've never had to
How do
worry
I know
about
when I
that.
got a bite?
Knock
Feel
on
the
wood,
tip of your fishing
as
rod
far as I
is
know.
twitching. Don't yank it yet. That's
This
your
is my
big one,
first
nibble.
dog that I've owned. All, you know, all the other dogs that have been in my life have been their dogs.
So yank it
And
hard.
it's always sad because I have to say goodbye to them too, and they don't understand.
Fishing spot.
And it's also sad that, you know, for many of those relationships, I knew I would miss the dog more than I would miss the mom.
You okay there?
I think so.
What's that about?
Hard.
But it never occurred to me that, you know, that I should just have a dog in my life. But now that I do,
Catching
I
any.
can't imagine not having one.
See that cast, Jack?
No, this is the only interesting aspect of a Bad Honor playthrough, and I don't know if it was because we're doing Bad Honor and we're at maximum Bad Honor for Chapter 2,
Okay.
or I'm just like out of practice for fishing, but we could not catch a fish for the life of us.
I'm gonna pick some of those red flowers. I'll be right back.
What's that about? And we weren't doing anything different. Usually we catch a fish almost immediately.
I'm gonna try my luck over there.
Cloudy says, would you ever get a cat? I've had cats. I've had 4 cats in my life. And I grew up with cats. So I'm not counting. So yeah, and 5 counting the cat I grew up with. That cat was named Kona. And she lived to like
There.
a super old age. So like 18. Most of my childhood. And yeah. She died when I was in college. It was very sad. But so yeah, and then
Born as hell.
and yeah, I love cats,
And something happened.
but I love dogs more.
You can get food
And
for
you know,
days.
I don't think I would get a cat again unless I had
If
like,
you're lucky.
you know, if we were like living on a homestead and we could have like chickens, infinite eggs, you know, and I could get a whole pack of dogs, like 4 or 5. Then yeah, I would have a couple cats as well.
Gas.
But as it is now, I don't think I'd get a cat.
You gotta stick at things, Jack.
I was looking at postcards on Amazon because I've been on a decorating kick. And some artist has done a series of samurai cats, which are like really cute, you know, and it's basically, you know, it's just giving furries ideas, and that's annoying. But it's basically like, you know, anthropomorphic cats in kimonos and samurai armor, but, you know, with cat heads, and then, you know, like, you know, I mean, it looks really cute, and, you know, and very authentic armor and kimono patterns. And, but, you know, they don't have it with dogs. Elmen says, what's up? Greetings, Elmen. We're just kind of talking about everything tonight. Happy Friday. Yeah, so I was like super busy all week. I have this great decorating idea that I can't wait to implement. It will involve me hanging up the flat screen, which is a pain. So I, you know, like the first part of that is finding the studs in the wall. So I was like, can you hear that? But, you know, you only have to find one, and then you can just go every 16 to 24 inches. And if you're looking for studs, look for, start around, they always put one, the electricians will always put one around a plug outlet or a a light switch. So start on that, on either side of the light switch, and you can usually find one very easily that way. Cloudy says, my mama cat had kittens. I gave them to a farm 3 months ago, but there's more. My mama cat is going crazy, so she might be pregnant again. Yeah, 'tis the season. We met a pregnant pit bull on one of our walks who was like super, super ready to pop. I mean, her belly was practically dragging on the sidewalk, and she just looked done. It's like, I'm so tired. See, we're still fishing. And Sadie was very respectful. She, it's like usually especially with pit bulls, she loves pit bulls. She's like jumping all over him, trying to be dominant, in a very friendly, tail waggy kind of way. But this time she was, she was just very gentle with her. She smelled her belly. It was cute. Mama One is here. Everyone say hi to Mama One. Mama One says, hey, family. And Papa One is here as well. Papa One says, hey, everyone. Greetings, Papa One. We're just kind of talking about everything tonight. Here's Sadie. Sadie, say hi to Mama One and Papa One. 11 viewers in the chat. Welcome, friends. The big news is, and I put a map on the community page, is Lenny's tree carving, which has nothing to do with Lenny. It's about Ellie Mae. Ellie Mae is available with both endings. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, don't worry about it, because I'm going to make a video on it. Odog has an MP1 smiley emoticon.
Hey, look at this.
Mama One says, we are finally resting. The horse fair has been great.
What a fine young man. And in such complex...
Look what I made. Jack's playing with flowers. He's raised by all these alphas, and he's playing with flowers. He's been spending a little too much time with the women folk, I'm afraid.
Vanderlyn's most trusted associate. You've read the files. Typical case.
Elman says, I
orphan
like your
street
dog.
kid seduced
Yeah,
by
this is
that
Sadie, the
maniac
channel
silver
dog, the
tongue
channel
and
co-host.
matures into a
Can't do the live
degenerate
stream without her.
Agent Milton, Agent Ross, Pinkerton Detective Agency, seconded to the United States government.
See, this dialogue's
Nice
all
to
the
finally
same.
meet. We know a lot about you.
Do you?
You're a wanted man.
Arthur needs a
Mr.
shave.
Morgan.
Cloudy says, my mom
$5,000
has a
for your head
pug.
alone.
She was supposed to get a bulldog, but they sold them
$5,000?
all.
For me? Can I
Those
turn
pugs are
myself
cute
in?
little
We
dogs.
want Vanderlyn.
We had a friend who had a pug.
Dutch. I haven't seen him for months.
That's so. Because I heard
French bulldog.
a guy fitting his
Oh,
description
is that what they're
robbed a
called? The ones with the
train
breathing
belonging to
problems?
Leviticus Cornwall up near
French
Granite Pass.
bulldog.
Oh, ain't that a little old-fashioned nowadays?
Apparently not.
Yeah.
Listen,
Yeah,
this
he was
is
a
my
cute little
offer,
dog.
Mr. Morgan. Bring in Vanderlyn, and you have my word you won't swing.
Oh, I ain't gonna swing anyways, Agent.
Milton,
You see, I haven't done
I have
anything
Agent Ross's
wrong,
hairstyle.
aside from not playing the game.
What's that about?
Rules.
spare me the
Papa One says, I bought a
I've
thoroughbred.
already
Wow.
heard it from
Who's
Matt
pure
Callender.
white. Hopefully he will be a great
Matt
stud.
Callender.
He was
Did you get
pretty
him from
shot up
Tennessee,
by the
Papa
time I
One?
got
ZA.
to him.
Tennessee stud. I'm also
really, it
looking
was
into buying a few more,
more of
but
a
the fair
mercy
is pretty
killing.
cool. They had a hairiest man contest. I never knew that was a thing. The
Enjoy
hairiest
being a
man.
rich man's toy, dear.
I enjoy society, flaws and all. You people venerate
Well,
savagery,
okay.
and you will die savagely, all of you.
Oh, we're all gonna die, Agent.
Some of us sooner than others. Good day,
Anybody
Mr.
in the
Morgan.
chat or on the replay watch
Enjoy
Anomaly
your fishing, kid.
or know who Anomaly
You still
is?
can.
I have a bunch of subscriptions to
No one to worry about. No
To-
one at all. Come on. Pick up your things
YouTubers
and
that
get
I don't necessarily watch, but my nephew did, and and even though he's moved on from these YouTubers, I still
getting
have
late,
the
Jack.
subscriptions from when
Better
we
be
watched
worried. Let's
them.
head back.
And it's like Mr. Beast, who's running into a little trouble these days, and Anomaly, and this one guy called Vlog Creations and Danny Dyers, and these are all like, you know, just gigantic YouTubers with millions of subs, super popular. Anyways, Anomaly is really funny. He's Swedish. He always wears a ski mask. He's a gamer. He plays a game called CS:GO, and you know, he deserves his success. He's very funny, but his humor is
What did they mean about
you know,
that?
I think he's got to be in his 30s now. You know, he's had his channel for like since the start of YouTube. But his humor is very like 12 to 13-year-old, you know, single or first person shooter lobby type humor. 45 Red Dead Redemption 2 is here. Greetings 45, and happy Friday to you. Talking about Anomaly. So anyways, he had a new video out, and I was like, okay, what's Anomaly been up to? And he was going to Cologne. Cologne. He has a really funny Swedish accent. That's part of his thing. But I have to explain his joke. So there's another like subset of YouTubers who troll PDF files online. Like they go into chat rooms pretending that they are, you know, 12-year-olds or 13-year-olds and say, "Hi, I'm a 13-year-old boy or girl or whatever," and just see that, try to find men that want to meet them, and then, you know, when they want to meet them, they like film it, you know, like and make them cringe, and sometimes, you know, call the cops on them.
Thanks.
And, you know, I don't watch these videos, but of course I'm aware about him. And Chris Hansen, started with Chris Hansen. He had a show called To Catch, rhymes with editor. Rhymes with editor. To Catch an Editor. Another one of those. Oh, of course Mama One knows all about it. So, okay. So, Anomaly is like super popular. You know, he's got millions of subs, and he gets one of his fans to meet him at the airport, and he's got a crew with him, you know, of all his like friends, his gaming buddies, to meet him at the Cologne airport. You know, it's like with this, you know, this guy had a really nice BMW. No, Audi. And you know, so this fan is picking them up, and like, you know, he's going to like show them around his city. And so Anomaly's like filming everything. You know, he's filming from, you know, and he goes up to this guy, and as far as I know, it's the first time he's met him, and he goes, "Why are you here to meet a 12-year-old boy?" And, you know, he just starts laughing, of course, but, you know, it's really funny if you understand like all the nuances. And so that became the running joke. He was doing that to everyone he met. You know, it's like all over Cologne, you know, like yelling it in the Cologne theater. "Why are you here?" And and it was funny. And then it degenerated into, you know, he'll show his food, and it's and so he like asked one of his friends, "Why are you here to meet Pasta Primavera?" And his friend was like, and I'm censoring myself, but his friend was, "Because I want to F it." And, you know, everybody laughed. And and yeah, his humor is very, you know, 12-year-old boy. And but he, you know, it was funny, and it was very, I just felt, I'm sentimental about him just the same way that I'm sentimental about the Clone Wars and Minecraft and Lego, because it reminds me of happy times with my nephew. And Mama One says, "I watched several of I have problems with that. Because you know, I understand that it's a crime to even, it is a crime to even have to like act on that intention. Like if you bring beer or condoms, then yeah, you committed a crime. But you did not actually talk to a 12-year-old. You know, it's like, I'm allowed to talk about shoplifting and go to a store and think about shoplifting and not shoplift. I'm allowed to do that. You know, it's like, so you know, I understand, I know, but it like the whole, it bleeds into future crime. You know, it's like, and I understand that is a very sensitive subject, and it's not, we cannot tolerate it in our society, but still, you know, I'm allowed to think about things. And and I think you should also be allowed to think about heinous thoughts as well and not act on them. But you can think about it. Doesn't mean you sympathize, does it? But Mama One says the ones I watch are editor poachers. They have arrests in 47 states and 3 countries. They are hour-long episodes. Yeah, they're I used to watch Chris Hansen. I loved the moment when the cameras come out and you could just watch the floor fall out from those guys. Just like they would just crumble. And it was very amusing and emotionally satisfying. But one of those guys canceled himself, I believe, and that led to the cancellation, no pun intended, of the entire series. And that's the one problem with free roaming when you are a bad honor person, is you will be pestered by bounty hunters. And I believe at this point we have bounties in every state. Yeah, we could say pedestrian. That would pedestrian files. Yeah, algorithm. This was fun because you just kind of funnel them up here, and we do have the high ground, even though they kind of sneak up on you. Last night I watched Thor Ragnarok, which was it's amusing, but it's also I watched Thor Ragnarok and Guardians of the Galaxy 2, but you can see the downfall of the MCU is starting at in those 2 movies, and also Captain Marvel. But the missteps that the franchise is about to take, it's like a slow motion car crash. But it's still very amusing and interesting. Cloudy says, I watched a video about that guy. The guy that was filming was shooting the P guy, I like that, with a BB gun. Wow. Mom One says, they arrest them because law enforcement looks as if you talk about... Yeah, that's true. I don't know how many words. If you talk about a bank, then drive to a bank and have a mask and a thing that rhymes with bun, you would most likely would Robin Hood a bank. Yeah, I suppose. Yeah, it becomes the intention. But even with in these shows, if you show up, and then they always had like their excuse was, I'm going to talk her out of it. I was just checking up on her. It's not safe. Liars. So yeah, I'm not sympathetic to him at all. I've just it's just the ethics of it. I think are it's our very Minority Report, which is a great Tom Cruise movie that I can highly recommend. Might be worth doing a movie night on. Papa One says, this algorithm keeps you on your toes, Super Antonio. Yeah, all these things I'm allowed to talk to you about in a video. It's just when you're live. And we're live. You have to watch what you say. But yeah, I'm thinking I want to watch I want to watch Winter Soldier and Civil War and Doctor Strange, and then I want to make we'll have a Saturday movie night where I just talk about all the Marvel movies in general. Just thoughts on them and how they all they coalesce into one unit. Cruz for World Peace says, "Hi, Super Antonio. Hi, everyone. Hi, Sadie. Hey, Cruz, how are you doing, my friend? How's your cut going? How's your summer? Summer's over, actually, when you think about it. It's Labor Day.
English?
Hop, hop. Say hi to
Speak
Cruz,
English?
Sadie."
Silesia.
Claudia says, "Howdy, Cruz." And Mama One says, "One of the editor poachers
German man?
canceled his subscription to Living. It was on Locals that the editor poachers catch the ones that go after
Here for money.
kids that are less than 10. Oh, that's horrible. I mean, that's good, but it's
Leopold
strange. It's strange to be wired that way. And
Yeah. So it's time to pay.
they're trying to make it.
Where is it?
Well, no, have nothing. It's
They're
very bad
trying to.
winter.
It's
We've
the
all
slippery
had
slope,
bad winter,
but they're trying to make it more.
Oh, no.
They're trying to talk about it more of a discussion point. The plus sign. I'm sure you've heard where they're calling him Minecraft attracted person. They're trying to make it more mainstream. They're trying to mainstream it. That's what you get when you bake a cake. That's what happens. 12 years later. Cruz says, "Marvel movie queue inbound." In a Call of Duty announcer voice. Yeah, we're going to talk about all of them at once and with a massive slideshow. I'm going to take notes so I'm more, because I have lots to say. I mean, I love it, but you can see, especially in Guardians of the Galaxy and Thor Ragnarok, you can see the beginnings of the end, the fall. And Tessa Thompson, she's just so insufferable. It's like, and then I was like, because immediately after I started watching Winter Soldier, and I was like, I'm totally all aboard for Scarlett Johansson, Black Widow, being able to defeat all the enemies, and doing her moves. So why couldn't I accept it with Tessa Thompson? But I think it just, I just didn't like her character, and I didn't like, I don't like her as she's very smug. We'll talk about it more, but yeah, you can start seeing where it's going. Cruz says, "Cut has transitioned to a maintenance lifestyle phase that I'm enjoying." Hey, Cruz, do you watch Louis Marco? If you do, you are to be saluted. Summer has been great. Been working a lot more. Super busy. Can't watch streams as much. That's okay, Cruz. It's great to be busy. You can always watch on the replays. Or just have it on the background. Mama One says, "Yeah, and it's horrible." Yeah, I know what you're talking about, Mama One. And Cruz says, "I was always more of a DC guy, even though those movies aren't the best." Yeah, DC hasn't really figured out how to replicate Marvel's success. I think their movies are they're too dark. I think they just decided that because Marvel's going high and happy, they have to go serious and low. But Christopher Nolan is probably. Mom One says, "We are on a Bad Honor playthrough, so of course we're going to take his horse."
Easy. You're okay.
We're actually doing an experiment with this horse. We're not stabling him. We're just going to leave him. We got him to level 1, and we're just leaving him as a temp horse, and seeing if he'll follow us to Clemens Point. It's an experiment for science. Cloudy says, "I love my emo Batman." Why did you say Martha? Why did you say Martha? Why did you say Martha? He's my least favorite Batman, Batfleck. But, I'm all about Christopher Nolan. Cruz says, "LOL, Louis Marco used to watch his vids 10 years ago. You are saluted. Yeah, he's still making videos. You know, he's just another one of those sentimental YouTubers. And also I follow him on Instagram because he's really good at what he does. The Bubble Gut Bonanza. Cruz, if you know Louis Marco, you know Rich Piana. You've got to know Rich Piana. Rich Piana was a big influence on me thinking that I could do a YouTube channel. If this 300-pound special medicine gorilla could have a YouTube channel. But, you know, it's like, I liked Rich Piana. You know, it's like, I enjoyed his vlogs. I was sad when he passed away. I wonder if he's still, like, he might still have a channel. Let's look him up. Mama One says, I always take his horse. Yeah, it's too much horse for him, Mama One. Yeah, he still has over 1 million subs. Let's see. His latest video was a year ago, so yeah, it's a dead channel. But still. Mama One says, ain't got money for Strauss's debt, yet can pay $150 on a Hungarian half-bred. Yes, indeed. It's too much horse for him. He doesn't need such a high-end horse. He needs to go back to Chicago and work in a store and meet a nice Polish girl. He'll be fine. Cruz says, yeah, I watched a lot of fitness influencers back in the day. Rest in peace, Rich Piana. Cloudy says I'll say the 2022 Batman is the most realistic Batman. I watched that one and I thought it was adequate. He was adequate, you know. I mean, he's a good actor, Robert Pattinson. I didn't really have any serious opinions or passions on that Batman. I think partly I didn't like the design of the Batmobile. And that girl they got for Catwoman, what's his name? Zoe Kravitz's daughter. You know, she didn't do anything for me. And I didn't like I thought the new interpretation of the Penguin was interesting, and I believe they're making a TV show out of him. Cloudy says, Mama One, get a donkey. Yeah, we're going to take this horse back and just leave him there. Leave her there. I do prefer Arthur on a female, but we are using the Black American O-Dog standard bred. See what I did there, O-Dog? I know you're listening. And we're going to keep him until we get to Cerberus. And then we're going to take Cerberus all the way to the end of Chapter 6. That's a plan, at least. Mama One says, LOL, we actually took in a mule a few weeks ago. Papa One gave it to a rescue. He wrecked our rabbit pen. Cruz says, I disagree, Cloudy and Super Antonio. Playboy Christian Bale in The Dark Knight was my preferred rendition. Same here, Cruz. I love Christopher Nolan's Batman trilogy. I think it's perfect. I just thought Robert Pattinson was adequate. You know, it's just, I mean, he's Batman for the new generation. He's, you know, Batman is like America's James Bond. You know, you get different versions for different generations. My favorite James Bond has always been Sean Connery, because that was my dad's favorite James Bond. And O-Dog has the Black Power Fist. Oh, this is what we did. We moved on to a Bodicea Arthur, and we're gonna go for the Train Gold. I just needed some We needed some filler. We're actually, our Bad Honor Arthur is already in chapter 3. We're starting chapter 3, but I didn't want to move forward with that footage. Mom One, he does not. Mom One asks, does Arthur refer to this red horse as Boadicea, or does anyone else reference? I haven't noticed anyone else referencing it, but I haven't really like taken it into stables with that in mind. He just calls her girl. Cruz says, haven't played Red Dead Redemption 2 or a video game in so long. I was just playing today, this morning, or right before stream. But yeah, I know what you mean, Cruz. This is really the only game I play. We'll get back to the Grand Theft Auto playthrough. Kind of dropped the ball on that. And I want to do, we're going to do a full game commentary on a Bad Honor full game commentary. And then we shall do an Undead Nightmare commentary / live stream for all of October, I think. We're just going to play Undead Nightmare and throw them up there and also do live streams. And bring back Marston Mondays for Undead. But like I think for the entire weekend, all the weekends, I'm just figuring this out right now, but for all the weekends in October, Friday through Monday is going to be Undead Nightmare streams. Mom One says, I'm on chapter 3, but it has to wait until I get home. Cruz says, is the Fallout 3 gameplay idea shelved completely, Super Antonio? Not at all. Not at all. Let's look it up. Fallout 3. Everyone notice my new poster? Point to the poster, jeez. There. We have our Once Upon a Time, but there's plenty of room over. There's one more panel over here. I could put Fallout there. I was thinking of putting, I don't know what. But Fallout 3 PS4. Okie dokie. No, it is not. Fallout 3 New Vegas is on PS5. Fallout 4 is on PS4.
Easy, easy.
Fallout 4 gameplay hours. It's only 27.5 hours. I'll watch some playthroughs and see what Fallout 4 is about. But yeah, I would do it. Why not? Cloudy asks, if we were to get a Red Dead Redemption 2 movie, what actor would you like to play Arthur? What contemporary actor could we get to play Arthur? That's a great question. And no one immediately comes out the top of my head. I think I would prefer them to go the Resident Evil strategy and just introduce a new character like Alice. You know, instead of like trying to find someone to be like, even though they did do a Jill Valentine and she was okay as Jill Valentine, you know, but, and, you know, they've got a Leon Kennedy and, but still, I don't know who could play him right now. Leo DiCaprio? Leo's a little too old and a little too short. Claudia says, do you like the Mad Max films? I love the Mad Max films. All of them. Even Furiosa. But it's because I love that girl. I can't deny it. Adrian Brody, JK, yeah, it's Adrian Brody is a little too sensitive. Cruz. Chris Pine, maybe. Chris Pine might work. You know, Henry Cavill would work. Mama one says, getting this gold scares the crap out of me. I've got, well, see if you use my route. Cloudy says, I'd like Andrew Lincoln to play Arthur. Yeah, maybe if they were making like an HBO or a Netflix drama. But if they're making a movie, I'm thinking Henry Cavill. Mom one says, I struggle with heights and rock climbing. There's just a little bit of rock climbing, just a tiny little bit. Just like alternate between X and square real fast. Click, 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 click. Just go like that. Like roll your thumb over it, you know, so like try to hit both of them at the same time. Actually, if you want, you could like just try to like, you know, play with. But anyways. There's a technique to it, but it's only 2 bars. In Stranger Statues is much easier, and you get 3 there. What I love to think about is the beta players who figured this out. It's like, here's the word, you know, it's like Rockstar's like, here's the game, have fun, boys. Because you know it was all boys, and somebody saw, you know, somebody went here, was just exploring the world. Somebody went here and looked up at that train and said, I wonder if there's something up there. And then spend a day trying, you know, figuring out how to get up there. Same with Stranger Statues, which is, you know, very close to this location. There's a little bit of money in here too. And again, if you didn't know, this would be enough of a reward. Come back. Cloudy says, when I treasure hunt in Red Dead, I put on my Uncharted outfit. LOL. You know, speaking of treasure hunting, Lara Croft is no longer a Tomb Raider. She's not even a raider anymore. Well, I forget what they call her now. She's like a tomb preserver. A seeker of truth. That's what she is now. She's not a Tomb Raider. She's a truth seeker. My truth. And then the jumping, that's another timing issue. I like to get a running start from this tree, Mama One. Yeah, she's a truth seeker. Because you're not allowed to steal from indigenous cultures anymore. Even though they'd forgotten about it anyways. And you're not allowed to put it in a museum so we can look at it. Oh, sorry. Cruz says, I think we all thought that I think we all saw that coming, Super Antonio. And and Cruz continues, Lara Croft game has gone downhill. Yeah, along with her physique and her outfit. I don't think she wears those shorts anymore. Cloudy says, Tomb Raider was the first game I ever played on the PS1. And Mama says, I like the hat you use, but I also like Arthur's hat and a worn flat cap. Feels like Arthur would wear that. Yeah, I don't like flat caps in this game. Even though they are contemporary. I used to be obsessed with this. Well, I am obsessed with this game, but I used to be obsessed with the Train Gold. Let's try that again, shall we?
Yep.
Mom one says, you really enjoyed cliff diving, huh? Well, you know, it's all for the channel. It's all for your amusement. Cruz says, okay, guys, I have to be off. Busy day tomorrow. Blessings, everyone, and hoping David and Serena all the best. Yeah, me too, Cruz. And I'll be sure to pass along your best wishes. And yeah, great talking to you. It's nice to meet to talk to someone who remembers Rich Piana and Louis Marco. I salute you, Cruz. And I'll see you soon. Mom one says bye, Cruz. Further on down the trail, as one says. Sadie is staring intently at my hand because I'm holding some potent canine bait. And she's thinking, oh, please give it to me. Please, please, just open your hand. Please, please, please. Cloudy says, you can play Days Gone for the spooky season as well, Super Antonio. Yeah, the thing is we already have
Will you move?
Undead Nightmare, and
All right, simmer down.
and we need to be economical
How about I blow
on
your
this
lamp
channel.
out? It's all good. Calm down.
At least for now. It used to be like you could make one video and it would pay for the game, and those days are are long gone, and forgotten. My friend, they vanished like a gambler's lucky streak. So yeah, we have to be a little more cost conscious about risk and return, I guess, with the videos we make. But yeah, Fallout 4. It's like the other thing is, see, she'll just follow me around. Please, please, please. We need to try something new to get the channel to grow. Even though, let's see, where are we? We are currently 114 subs away from 18K. So that's nice. So like and subscribe, and so we can get to 18K, and maybe we'll do another horse show. Load up on tonics. One more time for luck. Pop One says, I closed another deal on a brown thoroughbred. She looks similar to the Blood Bay thoroughbred. She has already given birth to a foal, but she has a great lineage of racehorses. Her last foal sold for $250,000. And there is your train gold. Very well timed, Papa One, as we're finding 2 gold bars. And some Valerian, I believe. Oh, aged pirate rum. Oh yeah, there's the Valerian. And a little bit of ammo. Super easy to get out of there. Just climb out the window. Valerian gives you a stamina bump. And then to call the horse back, just camp. Papa One says, I'm also looking into some Arabians. Found one today. He was beautiful, but they wanted stupid money for him. He was an equestrian champion named Augustus. He had an injured leg, so now they are to be continued. Caesar Augustus. Render unto Caesar. There was an HBO series called Rome. They only made 2 seasons that I highly recommend, and a Starz series called Spartacus, which was quite racy, that I also highly recommend. And that, my friends, is about all I have for you tonight. I really appreciate you being here, spending some of your Friday with me. On Fridays, we free roam. Papa One continues looking to use him for breeding future champions. They want his stupid money because his leg is not in good shape, so there will be a medical cost on top of his already high costs. I don't know if he could make the trip back to Georgia. The devil came down to Georgia. I don't want to rent a stable in Ohio. Yeah, it's interesting. Miko says thanks for the stream. Miko, thank you. Shout out to the mods, Odog, Miko, Papa One, Mama One, Serena, and David and Chrissy. Love you. Love all of you. Great talking to you, Cloudy and Cruz, as always. Appreciate you being here, friends.